In today's lesson, we'll be learning about Pythagorean theorem. Before we begin, we need to review some key terms. The diagram below is a right triangle. It is a right triangle because of that symbol. The side opposite to this right angle is the hypotenuse, while the other sides are considered legs. It is also important to note that the hypotenuse is always the longest side. In the right triangle below, you can see that the side lengths are all labeled. I want to know if there's a relationship between the length of the hypotenuse and the lengths of the legs. You can see that I've constructed squares on the sides of this right triangle. Next, I'm going to determine the area of these squares. Area of a square is length times width. So that would be 3 times 3 over here, which would give you 9 units squared. Down here, it would be the exact same thing. Length times width, which is 4 times 4, which is 16 units squared. Meanwhile, the last square, again, would be length times width. So that would be 5 times 5, which is 25 units squared. Take a minute to look at the area of these squares. Is there a relationship between these three numbers? There most definitely is, as 9 plus 16 would give you 25. How would I represent this relationship with an equation? I've replaced the side lengths with the variables a, b, and c, where a and b represent the length of the two legs and c represents the length of the hypotenuse. Let's find the area of this square again. Instead of using numbers, we have a variable. So length times width would be the same thing as a times a, and when you multiply something by itself, that becomes a to the power of 2. Next, we are going to determine the area of this square. Again, we know that area of a square is length times width, which is going to be b multiplied by b, and anything multiplied by itself is b to the power of 2. And last but not least, we're going to be determining the area of this square. So again, we're going to start with length times width, which is the same thing as c times c, and anything multiplied by itself is c squared. As discussed beforehand, this plus this will equal that. So as an equation, you can express this as a to the power of 2 plus b to the power of 2 is equal to c to the power of 2. Therefore, that is an equation to represent the relationship between the sides of a right triangle. In conclusion, Pythagorean's theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a represents the length of that leg, b represents the length of that leg, and c represents the length of the hypotenuse.